Okay, so today I'm going to show you how to make an invitation shaped like a corset. I had a hard time finding one online, so I thought somebody else might benefit from this. The supplies that I used a colored cardstock, white computer paper. I had a 3-hole punch. If you have a 1-hole punch, it would probably work better. A glue stick, regular glue is just not going to work. Ribbon, scissors, and a pencil. So the first thing I did was I went online and I found a template of a corset and I cut it out. It took me a little while to find it. If you don't like this shape, you can make your own from a shape that you do like. It's real easy. You just cut out 2 and tape them together. And then what I did is I put it on the cardstock and went ahead and traced it. I used a pencil when I was doing them to trace it. For this demonstration I did a permanent marker so you could see it better. And then I went ahead and cut it out. To get the inside cut out, I just want to show you because some people have a hard time with that. I just bent it in half, just barely, snipped it, and then you can cut right inside of it. And that way you don't have a big line or tape going through your pretty invitation. Again, I did these when I made them for my friend's lingerie shower with pencil, so any of these little marks you can just erase and it comes right off. What I did then is I just folded them up. It's okay to have the shape. You can see the corset coming together. And then I went through and I cleaned up the edges. I don't know if you can see them, but they're kind of bumpy. So I'll just take my scissors and cut around, and it just helps clean them up. And I did the same on the other side. Okay, so you have that. Next, what I did is I went on the computer and I figured out what I wanted it to say. There are tons of fun little sayings that you can put in there. The one that my friend chose for hers is, it says, "He gave her a ring and soon she'll be wearing white, but for now let's get the bride ready for their big newlywed night." There are tons of other ones that are just as cute, just as fun, sassy. So what I did is I took the template here and I cut the sides off. Like this. So then I just had the back side of the corset. And I went ahead and I traced it on there. Oops. I traced it on there. You can see that. I made sure you want to line it up so that you can see the words through the back, so that you know that you're in the center, you're not cutting off any words. And then we went ahead and we cut it off. So this is where the glue stick comes in. If you try to do this with regular glue, it's going to come out bumpy, which is why we wanted to do it with the glue stick. I put it in first to measure it. Each one was a little different because I cut it a little different. But I put it in and I closed it up, and if there was anywhere where it folded on the side, I would trim it off. So right here, I'm going to go ahead and give it a little trim. And then I just glued it on. I have fun purple glue because why be boring with the regular stuff? Just go ahead and stick it on. It's okay if it hangs off a little because we'll go back through and clean it up. Up, and I did the same thing I did when I was cutting originally. There's some little white, so I just go through and trim it. Do the same thing over here, and this one looks like there's some hanging off the bottom too. Just trim. So right now it should look like this, and then we're going to do the holes. I found for this size that 5 holes on each side worked. You can use a ruler. I kind of just eyeballed it. I started up at the top and I knew I wanted to start right about here So I just put a little mark on it, and then with my 3-hole punch, I found that opening up the sides made it easier. And I put it under, and I use the hole punch as a guide. There's a little silver marking in here that's just where the hole is, and I just use that. And I would go down the side, 5 times on each side. With one side, do the next side. There you go. So now you have your sides. It took a little playing around, but I found that with this size of invitation, 22 inches of ribbon works perfectly. So how I started it is I went through the inside first on each side. And closed it up. And made sure that the ribbons were even. It helped with when you got to the bow. It's okay if your holes are not exactly even. They tend to line up well in the end. You can't really, it's not that big of a deal. So you saw that I went under first and then under here. And then I'm going to go on top. Makes the X's. And then it also leaves room at the top for us to do the bow. I went in, just hold it straight up, do the same over on the left side. And this time I'm going to go under. So just pull it up, push it through. And the same thing over here. And you just tie it like you were tying your shoes. Pull it across. And make your bow. And I went through and just kind of adjusted it. And I snipped the ends of the ribbons because when you're pulling it through, they kind of get tattered a little. So that's what it looks like finished again. For our party, we were playing a game, and I needed the individuals to bring a special pair of underwear for the game. So I just cut these little underwear out, and I stuck it in, and put it in the envelope, and mailed it out. And that's it. That's how you make a corset invitation.